Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Camp Podcast. I'm Adam, and I'm really happy you're here with us today. Maybe you're packing, maybe you're in traffic, or maybe you're literally in an airport right now. Perfect, because today's episode is all about airports.
And I'm Sarah. It feels really good to have you with us again. Whether you're walking, cooking, cleaning, or standing in a long airport line questioning your life choices, we're glad you chose this moment to practice English with us.
Today, we're entering one of the most dramatic places in the world, the airport. The only place where you can see people running, crying, sleeping on chairs, drinking coffee at 4 a.m., and confidently walking in the wrong direction, all at the same time.
Airports make humans behave strangely. You suddenly walk more carefully. You hold your passport like it's a newborn baby. Your face becomes serious. Your hands start shaking for no reason. You're afraid of doing something illegal, even though all you're carrying is a sandwich.
Yes, and everything becomes a small English test. Check-in, boarding, carry-on, gate change, final call, immigration, customs, baggage claim. It feels like the airport invented new vocabulary just to confuse us.
And the first big moment is always the check-in counter. You walk up confidently, and the airline worker smiles and asks, "Where are you flying today?" And your brain goes, planet Earth?
Exactly. And then the classic question, do you have any bags to check in? This question decides your destiny, because if your bag is heavy, you already know what's coming.
The scale. The scale is the airport villain. They put your suitcase on it, you hold your breath, and you pray to the universe, "Please, please, I don't want to pay money for my shampoo."
And when the worker says, "I'm sorry, your bag is overweight," you feel personally attacked. Like, "Sir, my body is overweight. Stop bullying my luggage."
Then they ask, "Did you pack your own bags?" And you say yes, but suddenly you doubt yourself. Did I pack it? Did someone add something? Did I accidentally pack a watermelon?
And then comes security, the most dramatic part of the airport. You take off your shoes, you take your laptop out, you take your liquids out, you take your soul out.
Security officers talk fast, too. Liquids out, laptops out, jackets off, empty pockets, step forward, step back. And your brain is like, okay, I will just evaporate. That seems easier.
The machine always beeps. You could walk through naked, and that machine would still be like beep, beep, beep. And the officer says, "Please step to the side." And your heart whispers, "I'm going to jail."
But no, they just want to check your left shoe. Your left shoe is the criminal today.
After surviving security, you finally enter the gate area, a place where time stops existing. People sleeping, people charging phones like they're charging their life, children running in circles, someone eating a sandwich like it's their last moment on Earth.
And every airport has that mysterious announcement voice. Flight 482 to Paris is now boarding at gate 19. It sounds like an angel mixed with a robot. You never understand the details, but when you hear your destination, your heart jumps.
Even when they say, "Now boarding first class only," you stand up anyway. You're not first class. You're not even second class. But hope makes you stupid.
Then comes the most stressful moment. Boarding. Finding your seat. Lifting your bag. Trying not to hit someone in the face. Walking down the aisle slowly. Whispering your seat number like a prayer. 22. 22. Where is 22?
And there's always someone sitting in your seat. Always. and you have to politely say, "Sorry, I think this is my seat," which in normal English means, "Sir, please move your entire life."
At this point, you're tired, confused, sweating, thirsty, and questioning all your decisions. And the plane hasn't even taken off yet.
Airports are emotional. Airports are stressful. Airports are chaotic. But they're also magical. They take you somewhere new. And all of this requires English. Asking questions, reading signs, talking to staff, understanding announcements. It's a lot.
And that's exactly why we're here. In the next part, we're going to walk you through a real-life airport scenario, step by step, checking in, security conversations, gate language, questions you can ask, what to say, what to expect. Everything. Naturally, slowly, comfortably.
So, let's move into it together. Imagine this. You and I are standing outside the airport, doors open, people rushing, suitcases rolling, screens blinking. We take a breath, and we walk inside.
Here we go.
All right, the airport doors open, and the first thing you feel is that mix of cold air, coffee smell, and pure confusion. People everywhere, screens everywhere, suitcases everywhere. Even the floor looks stressed.
Yes, and you always walk in too fast, as if someone is chasing you. Then you stop suddenly because you realize you have no idea where to go. Check-in? Security? Bathroom? Why is this airport a maze?
So we look up at the big screen, the flight information board. And this board always moves too fast. You find your flight, blink once, and it disappears. Blink again, but it comes back, but in a different corner.
The anxiety screen. But we find our flight. Flight 726, destination London, check-in at row F. Great. We march toward row F like two confused soldiers.
We finally reach the check-in area. There are lines, long lines, and one line that looks short but is a trap. That line never moves. Never trust the short line at the airport.
Exactly. So we join the normal long line and we wait. People ahead of us are doing mysterious things. Opening bags, closing bags, pulling things out, putting things back in. It's chaos with wheels.
And then it's our turn. We step to the counter. The airline worker gives us that professional smile. The smile that says, "I've been standing here for 6 hours."
They ask the classic question, "Where are you flying today?" And even though we know where we're flying, we suddenly doubt everything. London, I think?
And then comes the deadly question. Do you have any bags to check in? We put the suitcase on the scale and we hold our breath. Will it be under the limit? Over the limit? Will we have to open it in front of everyone and remove a shoe to save 1 kilo?
The number appears. It's close. Very close. The airline worker tilts their head like a doctor looking at an X-ray.
They say, "You're fine." And in that moment, we love them. We want to hug them. We want to name our future children after them.
Then they ask, "Did you pack your bags yourself?" Yes. Has anyone given you anything to carry? No. Are you carrying any liquids over 100 milliliters? No, hopefully, probably, I don't know.
Check-in finished. Boarding passes printed. We feel powerful for exactly 3 seconds. Because now we face the next challenge, security.
Security is where your personality changes. You start obeying every rule like a perfect citizen. You walk slowly. You smile nervously. You try not to breathe too loudly.
The security officer says, "Liquids out, laptops out, jackets off, empty pockets." and we suddenly move like robots. Laptop here, bag here, shoes here, identity gone.
And we can never remember the rules. Do I take my watch off? Do I take my belt off? Do I take my brain out?
Airports need a second school just for this.
We walk through the scanner. The machine beeps. Of course it beeps. It always beeps.
The officer says, "Please step to the side." And you immediately think you are a criminal. You imagine yourself on the news. You imagine your parents crying.
But no. They just want to check your left shoe. Your left shoe is suspicious today.
Finally, we collect our things. Laptop? Check. Shoes? Check. Dignity? Not sure.
And we walk into that big, open area after security. The airport world of snacks, overpriced water bottles, and people sleeping in impossible positions.
This is the moment where English really matters. Because now you need to read signs, look for gates, understand announcements. The adventure is far from over.
And next, we're going to walk you through the real airport journey, finding the gate, talking to staff, asking questions, dealing with delays, and preparing for boarding.
This is where things get real. Let's go there together. All right, we've survived security, we've collected all our belongings, and now we're walking into the main terminal. This part of the airport always feels like a small city. Glowing shops, loud restaurants, people running with determination, and someone always dragging a suitcase that sounds like a broken tractor.
And this is the moment your brain does a small panic. Wait, where's my gate? Because airports hide gates like they're secrets. Gate A12 is never next to A11. No, A12 is usually on the opposite side of the planet.
So we look up at the giant screen again, find our flight, and, of course, gate changed. It always changes. Airports love moving gates the way cats love pushing things off tables.
But we find it eventually. Gate C19. Okay, we start walking. Why are airport gates always a 5-hour hike? We're walking through the airport like we're in a marathon. Suitcase rolling, shoulders moving, hunger growing.
We finally reach the gate area. People everywhere. Some sleeping, some charging their phones, some sitting on the floor like they've accepted their destiny.
And then comes the magical announcement. Attention passengers, Flight 726 to London is delayed by 20 minutes. Everyone reacts differently. Some sigh, some complain, some don't care. And one person always says, "Well, that's the airline for you."
Yes, there's always that one person. But 20 minutes is nothing. We sit down, and this is when the real English learning moments begin. Understanding announcements, asking questions, talking to staff.
Like when someone says, "Is this the right gate for London?" Or, "Has boarding started yet?" Or, "What group are they boarding now?" Or, "Excuse me, do you know how long the delay is?"
And people in airports love helping. Some give correct information. Some give absolutely wrong information with 100% confidence.
Then the airline worker appears at the desk, super calm, super tired, super polite, and makes the announcement we've been waiting for. Boarding will begin shortly.
This sentence means nothing. It could mean 1 minute. It could mean 30. Nobody knows.
And when boarding actually begins, they call groups. Now boarding Group 1, then 2, then 3, Group 4. And we are always in Group 7, the group that boards when all the overhead bins are full.
We stand in line. Everyone pretends to be patient. Everyone is secretly competitive.
Then it's our turn. Finally, we walk to the boarding desk, give our passports and boarding passes.
And this moment, This is the silent exam. The airline worker scans your pass and looks at your passport for a very, very long time. They look at your picture. Look at you. Look at your picture. Look at you again. Suspicion in HD.
You want to scream, "That's me! I promise, I didn't change my face that much." But you smile politely instead.
Then they finally say, the beautiful airport sentence. You're good to go.
Oh, the relief. You feel like you've passed an important test you didn't study for.
We walk through the hallway, that long tunnel with weird carpet and strange lighting, and enter the plane. Now the next challenge begins. Finding our seats.
We walk down the aisle whispering seat numbers again. 22, 22, where is 22? We look stressed, we look confused, we bump into people, we apologize 17 times.
Then we find our row. And of course, someone is sitting in our seat.
Always. And with the politest voice we have, we say, "Sorry, I think these are our seats." And they move, slowly, painfully, like they have all the time in the world.
Then comes the overhead bin struggle, lifting our bag above our heads while trying not to hit anyone in the face.
A kind stranger always helps because they see the fear in our eyes.
We sit down, seatbelt on, bag under the seat, jacket on our lap, water bottle rolling away, everything normal.
The flight attendants begin their safety demonstration. The one nobody watches, but everyone pretends to watch. In the event of a water landing, why do they always start with water landing? We didn't buy boat tickets.
True. And then the captain speaks in that calm pilot voice. Good evening, folks. We'll be taking off shortly. That voice is like a sleeping pill mixed with confidence.
The plane starts moving, turning, speed increasing, ears popping, your stomach doing gymnastics.
And, just like that, we're in the air, above the clouds, looking at the world shrinking below us.
We've made it. But the journey, and the English, continues. Because next comes food, communication with the cabin crew, asking for things, politely, dealing with turbulence, and surviving the long flight.
And we're going to walk through all of that together in the next part.
So take a breath, stretch your legs a little bit, because the flight isn't over yet.
All right, so we're in the air now, the engines are humming, the lights are dim, and everyone is pretending to be comfortable in seats that were definitely not designed for human bodies.
Yes, airplane seats are a mystery. They look soft, but after 5 minutes, your back is like, "Why do you hate me?" Your neck is doing yoga positions you never learned, and the person in front of you always reclines their seat immediately. No warning, just boom, goodbye leg space.
And then you have the armrest battle. Who gets the armrest? You? The stranger? Do we share? Do we fight? Airplanes should have armrest rules. Real ones.
But the real moment, the moment every passenger is waiting for, is when the flight attendant walks down the aisle with the cart. The food cart, the drink cart, the magic cart.
And they always ask the same polite question. What would you like to drink? And your brain instantly becomes confused. Water, juice, coffee, tea, all of them. None of them. Why is this a hard decision?
And the flight attendant always talks quietly. Would you like apple juice or orange juice? And you're like, sorry? Because the engine is loud, the baby is loud, your fear is loud, everything is loud except the flight attendant.
So we lean forward, smile like nervous kindergarten students, and answer, water, please. Water is the safe choice. Water never disappoints.
Then comes the food, the famous airplane meal, wrapped in silver foil like a surprise present you're afraid to open.
And the flight attendant asks, chicken or pasta? Why is it always chicken or pasta? Airplanes have had the same two food personalities since 1972.
And when you choose, you immediately regret it. You choose chicken, then you see the pasta in the row ahead, and suddenly you want to cry.
We open our food, we smell it, we examine it like scientists, and then we accept our destiny and start eating.
The funniest part is cutting food with that tiny plastic knife. You try so hard, your hand shakes. You look like you're performing surgery, not eating dinner.
And there's always a moment when turbulence begins. Just a little shake, nothing big, but your whole body becomes dramatic. The pilot says calmly, "We may experience some light turbulence," and your brain hears, "Say goodbye to your loved ones."
Yes, turbulence is like nature tapping on the plane and saying, "Hey, I'm still here." You grab the seat, take a breath, and do that thing everyone does, pretending to be calm while internally writing your will.
But it passes. It always passes. And after that, the flight becomes quiet. People sleeping, people watching movies, people stretching in strange yoga positions in the aisle, someone always standing near the bathroom like it's their personal office.
This is when the small English phrases become useful. Like when you want to get out of your seat. "Sorry, can I get past you?" Or, "Excuse me, may I squeeze through?"
Or when the flight attendant walks by. "Could I get some water? Do you have an extra blanket? Could I get some headphones? Is there a vegetarian option?" Simple, gentle, easy.
And sometimes you need help with the overhead bin. You look up at your bag, look at your arms, and think, "Nope." Then a kind stranger helps you. Airplanes are full of secret heroes.
Hours pass. The lights turn on, the plane begins to descend, and the captain says the magic words, "We'll be landing shortly."
Everyone wakes up suddenly. People sit up, people put things away, people pretend they weren't drooling on their shirt. Seatbelts on, window shades up, trays locked, emotions everywhere.
We look out the window. The city appears below us. Lights, buildings, cars, tiny streets, and that feeling hits. I'm really almost there.
Then the landing. The wheels touch the ground. The plane shakes. Everyone claps or pretends not to clap, and we roll to the gate like tired champions.
But the journey isn't over, because next comes immigration, customs, baggage claim, and finding transportation.
Yes, the final chapter. And we're going to walk through all of that together in the next part.
All right, the plane has landed, everyone is standing too early, and somehow the laws of physics stop working. People are standing at an angle, holding backpacks, squeezing into the aisle. It's a whole social puzzle.
Yes, and there's always that one person who stands up the moment the plane touches the ground, even though the seatbelt sign is still on. A rebel, a brave hero, a danger to society.
We slowly shuffle off the plane, following the long line of tired humans who all pretend they know where they're going. We step into the airport air, and the next chapter begins. Immigration.
Immigration is the place where you forget to speak your own language, your passport feels suspicious, and you suddenly feel guilty for no reason. You walk like you're entering a palace. Everyone becomes extremely polite.
We wait in line, a long line, a very long line. The kind of line that makes you question your life decisions.
And then it's our turn. We walk to the officer. They look serious. They look tired. They look like they've heard every story on Earth.
The officer says, "Hello." We say, "Hello," and our voice cracks like a nervous teenager.
Then they ask the classic questions. What is the purpose of your visit? And suddenly, we panic. We know the answer, tourism, business, visiting family, but our brain tries to rewrite the dictionary.
We answer something normal, like, "I'm here for vacation," or "I'm visiting friends," and the officer nods like they're judging our soul.
Then another question. How long will you stay? And again, simple question, difficult brain. 7 days, I think. Yes, 7. Why do we always say numbers like we're unsure?
The officer stamps our passport, the beautiful sound of victory, one loud thump that says, "You survived."
We walk forward feeling 20 kilos lighter. But wait, we're not done. Next stop, baggage claim.
Ah, yes, the circle of destiny, the carousel of hope and disappointment.
We stand around the belt with everyone else, the tired parents, the confused tourists, the business travelers who look like they haven't slept since 2015.
The bags start coming out. Everyone stares intensely. Every bag looks like your bag for the first 3 seconds.
Then you see your suitcase. Or you think you see your suitcase. But no. It's the same model, same color, same shape, same everything, except it's not yours. Airport clones.
Finally, our bag appears. Victory! We grab it like we're saving a child from a river.
But sometimes, your bag does not come. It does not appear. It does not exist. And your soul leaves your body.
Then we have to go to the lost luggage desk, emotionally the darkest corner of the airport. The staff there always look tired in a special way, like they've seen every kind of luggage tragedy.
But let's imagine our bag did arrive. Great. We walk to the next stage, customs.
Customs is usually simple. You follow the signs, "Nothing to declare." You walk through like a polite ghost. And for the first time in a long time, you're almost free.
We pass the doors. The sliding doors open, and suddenly, we're outside. Fresh air, noise, people holding signs, taxi drivers whispering mysteriously. And you realize, we made it.
But of course, we still need transportation. Taxi? Bus? Train? Ride-sharing app? Walking? No, never walking. The airport is always too far.
We walk outside toward the taxi area, and this is where English appears again. Where can I find the taxi stand? How much is it to the city center? Do you accept cards? Can you help me with my bag? Small sentences, big relief.
We finally sit in the taxi. The seat feels like heaven. We look out the window. The city is moving. Lights, sounds, buildings. And inside, we feel that warm, quiet moment. I did it. I traveled. I spoke English. I survived an airport.
Airports are scary. Airports are confusing. Airports are exhausting. But you did it. You walked through check-in, security, gates, boarding, flying, landing, immigration, all in English. That's not small. That's brave.
And you should feel proud of yourself. Really proud. Every step you take in English, even the stressful ones, makes you stronger, more confident, more prepared for the next journey.
And remember, you don't need perfect English to travel. You just need clear, simple, human English. Short sentences, small questions, a bit of courage. That's it.
Thank you for walking through this entire journey with us today. It was long. It was funny. It was chaotic. It was very, very airport.
And wherever you're going or not going, we're really happy you chose to spend this time with us.
Take care of yourself.
And we'll see you in the next episode on the English Camp podcast.